Let me take you back to my guest, Liu Zhiqin, to continue our discussion into the concept of Xiaokang, or moderate prosperity. He's the senior fellow of Chongyang Institute for Financial Studies at Renmin University. Mr. Liu, we were saying just how familiar this concept is to the Chinese people, but just how relevant is the concept of Xiaokang to foreign countries? Does it make sense for them to grasp what Xiaokang means?
You know, my friends in Europe and Switzerland or Germany, everybody of the bankers and the businessmen, they know the Xiaokang society concept very well. They fully agree and support the Chinese concept to realize the first step of modernization. You know, China has entered a new era of Xiaokang society. This is the important step of a long march for China's modernization, but it's very significant. It's not only a victory of China, but it's also a victory of the human being, of the whole world. For foreign countries, they say that Xiaokang society concept is not only an economically or income increasing or improvement. It will be done and achieved in all aspects, in spiritual, culture, education, healthcare, social security. All fronts of this society and the economic fields should be included, that developed simultaneously. This is the real cause of the Xiaokang society. Of course, the core interest point of the concept is people interest centered. We should put the people's interest as the priority. This is the Chinese character socialism that can tell the whole story to the whole world.
Yeah, as you say that the concept of Xiaokang goes beyond just the economic status here, do you think that this concept has had an impact on China's foreign policy as well?
Yes, definitely. You see, China's foreign policy has always that support and stimulate and promote the concept of Chinese Xiaokang society in the whole world. As we know, the core interest and the major target of the Chinese foreign policy is to protect the interests of the Chinese people. And also they put the people's interest as in the center. So that's why the foreign policy in China has always that put to safeguard and to protect China's Xiaokang society at first, because when the China developed in this direction, that our foreign policy will be based on very strong power and a strong foundation. When we are talking with any foreign countries, even with the developed countries, we are still encouraged that to do in this matter. So that's why our foreign policy has been well developed and managed in the past 20 and 30 years, because they always put the Xiaokang society concept as the first in the foreign policy, because this can show that our foreign policy always try to protect our sovereignty, integrity, and the people's interests, especially the people's right to have a better life. This is not the American or the Western. So few politicians want to say that the Chinese should not have the similar living standard with theirs, because that will have more problem with the international society. This is wrong.
Understood. Mr. Liu, we appreciate your insight. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
China's contemporary